Scene 1, take 10, marker.
And action.
Joel Levison's office? No, I'm sorry, he's not in yet. May I take a message? Yes, Mr. Levy, I'll send you a call.
Never say that. He's either in conference, in a meeting. He's always in. Now, who is that?
Larry Levy?
I hope there was nothing in the trains this morning, was there?
Well, I don't know. The mail's late.
We'll go get him. Now. I want them back here before he arrives.
Griffin, hi. Griffin, hi. Adam Simon. I know we're not supposed to meet till next week, but a lot of heat coming down on this one.
We were meeting next week.
Yeah, I just wanted to plant the seed in your head just now, just so that, you know, it could...
I'm booked up. I
okay,
can't
well,
hear
just
a pitch
picture
right
this.
now.
Picture this, okay? It's a planet in the far, far future. It's a planet with 2 suns.
Who plays the sun?
No, suns. Large solar discs.
Listen, you got to run this idea by Bonnie Sherrill.
Pictures they make these days are all MTV. Cut. The opening shot of Wells's Touch of Evil was 6.5 minutes long.
6.5 minutes, Walter?
3 or 4 anyway. He set up the whole picture with that one tracking shot. My father was key grip on that shoot.
Hey, what about Absolute Beginners, man? That was an extraordinary shot.
What the hell was that? Never heard of it.
It's Julian Temple. It's an English film.
English. We're talking about American movies and Orson Welles.
Pellegrino, please.
I've got telescope.
Hi, Buck. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. What do you got for me?
Okay, here it is. The Graduate, Part 2.
Oh, good.
Now listen, the 3 principals are still with us. Dustin Hoffman, Anne Bancroft, Catherine Ross. 25 years later, and so are the characters. Ben, Elaine, and Mrs. Robinson. Ben and Elaine are married. Still, they live in a big, old, spooky house up in Northern California somewhere. And Mrs. Robinson lives with them. Her aging mother, who's had a stroke.
Mrs. Robinson's had a
Mrs.
stroke?
Robinson has a stroke, so she can't talk.
It's going to be funny?
Yeah, it'll be funny.
With a
Dark
stroke?
and weird and funny and with a stroke.
Okay.
Maybe it's not a stroke. Maybe it's, I don't know what
Anyway,
it is.
go on.
It's a malady of some sort.
Okay.
She's up there in the bedroom upstairs listening to everything that happens. They've got a daughter who's just graduated
That's
from
good,
college.
that's good. Young blood.
22, 23-year-old, like a Julia
Julia
Roberts.
Great.
Excuse me.
This-
What
Yes.
did you want me to do with these scripts?
That goes to Bonnie Sherrill.
Okay.
And find out from studio security how Adam Simon got on the lot. I want to
okay.
know.
Adam Simon? Okay.
Okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Julia Roberts
Yes,
comes
Julia
home,
Roberts
their
comes home.
daughter, the graduate.
Yes,
And she
the new
brings her-
graduate.
the new graduate.
Or the post-graduate.
Griffin loved it. He just wanted me to run it by you. It's a hardy band of human survivors,
Listen,
generations
why don't you
removed
write
from the
this down
mothership.
for me,
They have no
okay?
history, only mythology. They've lost all their technological
I can't
knowledge. They
process
have
any
only
of this
rudimentary
unless you write it
mathematical
down. Could you write it
skills.
down for me? I
It's not about
write it
words.
down.
You gotta visualize. Man.
Jimmy, are you okay? What happened?
Kid,
25
kid.
hours or less?
Are you all right?
I'd say my name is Jimmy Chase.
All right, open your eyes. Huh? Okay?
He just came out of nowhere.
Take it
He ran right
slow.
into
Take
the
it
front of the
slow.
car, and I
Take it
never
slow.
saw
It's
the
okay.
guy.
Hey, that's Adam Simon.
How you doing, kid? I just had me. I was just telling
All right, listen.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm sure you're okay.
Rebecca De Mornay. Actually, you're much better looking.
No, I'm not Rebecca De
Jed
Mornay.
Ringer.
Thank you very much.
So do you know where Joel Levinson's office is?
The Mr. Levinson, head of the studio.
You guys, but it's quite moving. It'll rip your heart out. In fact, this is the area right here where we make a lot of decisions to give a green light to a picture like that. Right here. We're going to go about 17 stories high if we can. We're going to continue using all the Sony products. Domo arigato to the Sony products, really. In fact, if you need someone to eat some sashimi with you, you give me a ring because here's Levinson right here.
I know that you're seeing it.
Girl.
Traffic to Malibu is impossible.
Morning, Joe.
Sandy, park the car, please. Morning, Marty. Annie.
Hi. So,
Jabs
what's
for
all
it.
this talk going around here about heads will roll?
The bank's putting screws to this. Harvey Goldman's son's coming out from Boston. I don't like it.
Reggie Goldman's a pipsqueak. Can't be serious.
You know, some changes are going on around here. It's always the way. Happened at Paramount
3 years ago. Columbia's going through it now. I hear we're looking to replace Griffin.
Griffin? I don't believe it. With who?
Burr, Kirkpatrick, maybe Larry Levy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I want to know why the security's so lax, that's why. Well, I'll talk to you about it later. I'm in the middle of a pitch. Okay. Listen.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's a TV star, and she goes on safari to Africa.
You're talking about a TV star in a motion picture?
No, not a real TV star. It would be played by a movie star.
A movie star playing a television star in a
Julia
motion
Roberts
picture.
would be good. Dolly Parton would be good.
Right.
Dolly.
I like Goldie. I like Goldie.
Okay,
great.
Goldie
We have a
goes to
relationship,
Africa.
and that would be great.
Goes
Goldie
to
goes to Africa.
Goldie goes to Africa.
She becomes worshipped.
She's found by this tribe.
Of small people. But then she has
She's
to
found
go
by
back
this
to her
tribe,
life.
and they worship her. But then,
I see. It's kind of like a
out of-
Gods Must Be Crazy, except the Coke bottle's now a television actress.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's Out of Africa meets Pretty Woman.
Well,
and she
but
has
you know
to decide
what?
whether
You
to
know what
stay
we
with the
could
TV
do?
show or save this entire African tribe.
Hey, where's Griffin Mills?
Right here. Hey, you're Martin Scorsese.
But I know Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, I know you do. Hey, I loved Cape Fear.
My old man worked for Hitchcock, too. Rope. It was a masterpiece. The story wasn't any good. He shot the whole thing without cuts. I hate all this cut.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about Bertolucci, that great track he shot with Winger in Sheltering Sky?
I didn't see it. Touch of Evil. That was, well...
This is 8 o'clock. Honest, I have. Commissary, Whitney, I stuck my neck out for you to get this job. Who are you with?
I was there with Alan Rudolph.
What were you doing with Alan Rudolph?
Well, no, he asked me to have coffee, and he was telling me this idea he had. So what am I going to say?
You're my assistant. You don't get involved with writers.
But I wasn't getting involved. I was just listening to this amazing idea he had.
Well, that's interesting. Well, what's your pitch?
The best. Well, is political scare you?
Political doesn't scare me. Radical political scares me. Political scares me.
Politely, politically radical, but
Is it funny?
It's funny. It's
a funny political thing.
It's a funny, it's a thriller too.
It's a thriller.
And it's all at once.
So, what's the story?
Well, I want Bruce Willis. I think I can talk to him. It's a story about a senator, a bad guy senator at first. And he's traveling around the country on the country's dime, you know, like that Sununu guy used to.
I see. So, sort of a cynical political thriller comedy.
Yeah, but it's got a heart in the right spot. And anyway, he has an accident.
An accident?
And he becomes clairvoyant, like a psychic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a psychic political thriller comedy with a heart.
With a heart. And not unlike Ghost meets Manchurian Candidate.
Go on, I'm listening.
Anyway, he can start to read people's minds. And when he gets to the president's mind, it's completely blank. Completely blank.
Can I get you anything?
I'd like a beer, please.
We don't have beer.
Oh, okay. Wine, red wine, please. Of course, if someone gets killed at the end, they always do in political thrillers.
Griffin Mills' office.